Hello, it's Miss Anderson, and we're going to be reading a short poem today. The genre is poetry, and the poem is called To Travel. So, our essential question for this week was, what can our connections to the world teach us? And so, we're going to be reading this poem about connecting with other cultures and with nature. To travel, to visit distant places, to leave my corner of the world, to seek new names and faces. Adventure, adventure, exploring foreign lands. If I could leap across the globe, my universe expands. A novel waves her arms to me. Come read, she cries. Her pages dance with ancient tales, a feast for hungry eyes. The paintings on museum walls are begging me to tour. Leave your home and live our scenes, a grand exchange for sure. To travel, through timeless books and art. I enter and experience a life so far apart. I sail across the seven seas, my heart soars like a bird, and soon I'm hearing languages I've never ever heard. Far across the seven seas, aromas fill the air. Foods I've never ever tried are eaten everywhere. Music blares a different tune, and strange new clothes are worn. Parents pass on customs to the young ones who are born. I've traveled, it's left me more aware, a valuable connection to the universe we share. By reading books and viewing art, I've learned a thing or two. The world was not just for me, but was made for me and you. So this poem was talking about traveling the world, experiencing new things, reading new books, and experiencing the culture. And we're going to think about the authors or the speaker, because this is a poem. So in a poem, it's called The Speaker, and what their point of view is. So let me pull up that. So point of view is the individual way the speaker of the poem thinks and feels. So details such as word choice and the feelings expressed are clues to the speaker's point of view. So we're going to highlight details and that are going to help us understand the point of view and to travel. And so we're going to do our details first in this column, just like we've always done when finding point of view. And then we're going to determine what we think the point of view is. So we've read this story, and so we kind of think that they are liking adventure. And before we get started, the point of view, is this in first person or third person? So we reread the poem and we see the use of this I, and we see my. I, my heart, I sail across. So seeing the words I and my, meaning that this is written in first person. And so let's highlight, if I could leap across the globe, my universe expands. And so that would be our first detail, because this is showing that they are liking to travel. So let's go ahead and add that to our cart. And we go down some more. Her pages dance with ancient tales, a feast for hungry eyes. And so we'll add that to our cart as well. And then let's see what else. I've traveled, it's left me more aware. So this is another detail. So looking at these three details, if I could leap across the globe, my universe expands. Her pages dance with ancient tales, a feast for hungry eyes. I've traveled, it's left me more aware. So all of these things are very positive, showing that she is excited about traveling across the world, and she's very open-minded and she's very curious about everything. So she's all about the ancient tales of what's happened. She's traveling all over the place. She wants to leap across the world. So the speaker is excited, curious, and open-minded about the world. And so the next thing that I want to talk to you about, besides point of view, is a different kind of literary element, which is assonance and consonance. So, assonance and consonance is very similar to something that we just learned about a few weeks ago, and that was alliteration. And alliteration, as you can remember, is the repetition of a beginning consonant sound in two or more words. So this is alliteration. So the closest thing to alliteration in our new words we're learning today, which is assonance and consonance, is consonance. So consonance is a repetition of a final or middle sound, a consonant sound. So you remember that consonants are any letter that is not a vowel. So you could kind of remember that consonants is close to consonant, and this one's for the final or the middle sound. Alliteration is at the beginning. So we have the beginning consonant for alliteration, and then if it's in the middle or the end, it's consonants. And then our other one is assonance, which is the repetition of the same vowel sound in two or more words. So assonance is for vowels, consonance and alliteration is for consonant letter sounds, and alliteration is at the beginning because it starts with an A, consonant is in the middle or the end. So those are some little tips of how you can remember what each of these are. And you can remember that assonance is a vowel because A is a vowel letter. So let's move on. So we're going to find some examples in this passage here, this poem, To Travel. So assonance is the same vowel sound. So we have pages, ancient tales. So that vowel sound is the A sound. So pages, ancient tales, and they're repeated in two or more words here. And then our example of consonants, which is the same final or middle consonant sound, are all of these S's. So pages, tales, eyes, paintings, museum, mall or walls, and scenes. So that's a lot of the same final consonant sound. And the reason why we do that is the long A sound makes those words sound longer, emphasizing the content of that novel. And then the words that repeat with the Z sound, the Z, like pages, make the reader feel just how much there is to see or do. So the reason that a poet or an author would use assonance or consonants or even alliteration is just to emphasize what they're trying to tell you and when they're trying to say what's important to them. So I hope this little short video helps you a little bit more finding the point of view, and also with seeing what assonance and consonants is and how to find them. So as always, if you have questions, feel free to reach out to me or Ms. Rodriguez, any of your teachers, and continue working on your work. And I will see you soon. Bye.